Onyx.
Hello. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, goddesses. Welcome, welcome. What do we got? We've got Yel. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having us, Anya.
Malika. Hello.
Hello, goddesses.
And Onyx.
Goddesses, sisters.
They come up on my computer right away, so I gotta. There we go. Sorry, there we go. We're good. It always happens. How's everybody doing?
Amazing.
Good.
My internet's a little bit slow. May have a little bit of a lag tonight, so we'll just kind of roll with it.
I'm trying to hop on the chat here. Just hasn't come up for me yet.
Last up with card pull.
So a card pull for the collective was health. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, this way. And this is from A Soul's Journey card deck. So it's health. So beautiful. It says your body is your temple and you're responsible for taking care of it. You have chosen to incarnate in this physical dimension to learn certain lessons. And if you don't maintain your physical vessel that your soul has chosen, then you are in sabotage of your own plan. Your health is your vitality, your element, your soul. You should never take it for granted. Be sensible about your nourishment and exercise. You could be sensitive. You could be concerned and conscious of your surroundings. You can easily be drained by people, places, and things. Always make a ritual of protection and cleansing before you work with a client, or just bring your mind back to your heart through your day and to rejuvenate yourself. This card may also signify the desire to assist beings to the physical and elemental healing work. You may be involved in professions like the medical field, body work, clarity, and energy healing. Or maybe you're just guided to be a processor of energy. If you or somebody knows the literal connotation of dis-ease, past life work, may be some to your benefit. So like our body is our vessel, our sacred vessel that we incarnate here. And when we do our energy work, spiritual hygiene is so important. By smudging our electronics, by smudging ourselves, by doing our rituals of cleansing our energy and our surroundings, our home. Our home is our biggest energy keeper. And if we don't keep it clean and cluttered, it holds energy, right? Yes, we just really need to, wow, that's a powerful one. I love it.
Perfect opening card.
Right?
So
yes.
Perfect. I love that. I want to say hi to a few people that we've got joining us tonight. We've got Barbara, we've got Ocean, Jody, and Justin. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much, Onyx. That was such a fantastic card to start off with. Clear the air, cleanse the space. Yeah.
And we just, as light workers, we really don't do enough of that. We give and give and give, but we forget to cleanse and replenish and refill our cups, which is so important. And then we just, we're tired. Then we start eating poor. Then we start feeling sluggish. And then as soon as we just start replenishing ourselves, and supporting ourselves physically and energetically, then, we're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah. So true. So let us check in. How are we all doing? It's been some pretty intense energies. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you cleaning your space?
I had to take like a freaking probably hour-long bath last night, a salt bath, to try and work through some shit. It's that time of year that we're conditioned to, it's okay, eat like junk. So I've been eating like junk. We have a visitor as well, so like that adds on top of it. So for myself, I'm going to try and start fasting more. Like the magic of fasting can do for our bodies is insane. And I know this, but my human is a carboholic. So too bad. I'll admit it. But I've been, I don't know about you ladies, smudging a lot, taking time for myself, slowing down, pulling those cards for yourself, following that intuition, and just like slowing down, really slowing down, right? Now's the season to slow down, go within, start working on this stuff in here, start forgetting about all the crap out there, And that card for you that you pulled there, Onyx, like to me, like just the fact that we chose this vessel that we inhabited this earth in, right? Like that really freaking stuck out for me. We chose this, whatever it may look like, whatever it may feel like, we chose this for a fucking reason, and we need to recognize the divinity in all of it, right? We need to love on ourselves as we are, even if it may not feel the best at all times, right? And recognize that we're here like this for a reason, and everything that comes our way and everything that happens in our life is all divine. It's all for our highest good. It's all for our soul development, which, like, let's be real, this is honestly what we're here for. We're not here to go to work and bust our butts 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and pay our bills and pay our taxes and, retire on your pension and die. Like, that's not what it's about, right? It's about the journey. So the journey, experiencing what it is to be here and remembering who the fuck you are. And I think all of us are on that path and recognize that this is first and foremost. And I think we all want that for our attendants that will be joining us this summer, right? Remembering the fucking magic that inhabits your body, that you are divinely, because that's all we are. And as our job as the sacred feminine, the spirit flows through us first, right? We need to get this fucking ball rolling and do that work in order to shift that external reality for fucking all of us. I think that's my rant at the moment.
That's not a rant. That's like a wish for humanity. Like, it's a manifestation. Oh, I've been feeling so much joy, but also I've been working kind of hard in the last little while. And right now I have things to do in my business, but I'm choosing not to do them, not by procrastination. I thought it was procrastination, but I've realized I just needed to slow down and take a rest. So I feel like December has been a lot of introspection, cocooning, um, still doing my routine, what keeps me going, what keeps me healthy and sane. And on the positive side, on the joyful side, but feeling lots of fire within. That's what I've been feeling lately. And I feel like all this like bubble of not this bubble, this ball of fiery energy that's within me is rippling inside myself and outside as well. And I feel like I've been calling, like, have you noticed that since we're like, since there's been this kind of like fire growing within us and strengthening our co-creation, we've had those amazing offers or applications for presenters, like exciting. And that's another thing. We're currently in the middle of accepting all those beautiful goddesses. Oh my God, so many talents and ideas and skills. And we are blessed in this province and other province. We have people out of province applying. So I'm really, really grateful for this, because not only we're creating a bank of like skillful goddesses, but we're also getting to know who does what. Like, we're starting to spread the word in the community. And like, this is just like feeding that co-creative energy that we're building right now. You can feel me. I know you can, right? So today, after a chat and a YouTube frenzy, sometimes I just go deep. Ooh, I want to learn everything about sacred geometry. Ooh, I want to learn everything about Lemuria. Like, I'm learning how to say it properly too. But anyway, or the land of Mu as well. We can call it Mu. So anyway, I was chatting with Daniel, and then I just went and I said, oh, I got a song. And I just went and I just recorded my process and I posted it today. But point is, like, I just love these kinds of bursts of creative energies that are coming in and coming out, whatever they're passing through me. It's just, yeah, it brings me a lot of joy. So that's my rant. That's not a rant.
No rants. So everyone wants to meet you. Who's Onyx? We need to know Onyx. You're next, girl.
Wow. You know, this is such a sacred container. And I just first want to say that I'm so honored to share it with the most beautiful, amazing, powerful women, my sisters. I just love you guys so much. And, you know, you guys are just so strong and so amazing and so, you know, so passionate and gifted. Wow. Like, honestly, just gratitudes, deep bows. And the sacred container that we are creating is so powerful, you know, connecting to ourselves, supporting each other, providing a safe space for us to be authentically and vulnerable and supportive, to allow that deep healing to, you know, and to connect, that deep connection, healing that sister wound, right? Connecting back to our womb space and healing those traumas of our ancestors, knowing that you're not alone, right? And there's power in numbers, and we gather together. And as we do that, we imprint on the land, we imprint in our hearts, and we imprint in support of each other. And that, when, you know, when after all is said and done, all we have to do is just close our eyes and relive that moment and that sense of peace and healing and sacredness, and that we're safe and held and witnessed, that, you know, will last forever, you know, just that whole connection. I've been going crazy on a journey since October, I did the month fasting, and did that deep healing, and I went and retrieved that little girl inside within, deep within, and brought her back to the light. And just huge transformations happen when you go deep and you surrender, and you know that it's okay not to be okay, and to be raw and authentic, and to support yourself, and to know that within supporting yourself, that you're creating that vessel, that you're able to support others, in the same way. We chose this life, everything that happened to us, we chose it. As dark as they may be, or as beautiful as it may be, there's a reason why we're here incarnated at this time, this exact moment in time, and what a powerful time it is to be here. We're coming out of a pandemic, we're transmuting, we're transforming, we're leveling up, and we're just standing so powerful back in our identity, and reclaiming who we are as women, and doing that deep healing on all levels. I've been transforming myself, leveling up, and I'm grateful for it all. It's scary, it's ugly, but you know what? Healing is messy. And I'm gentle with myself, and I allow myself to be messy in my healing. I mean, let's be real, I'm not a pretty crier, okay? And I don't know anybody who's a pretty crier. But there's a ceremony in just that purge, that sacred purge that comes deep within. Like, life is a ceremony. You wake up with a ceremony, you stir your coffee a certain way, you put intention in your coffee, or you make your bed a certain way, and you give gratitudes, instead of saying good morning, you say grand rising, because good morning, you're already mourning the day, so you're anticipating shit to happen, right? But when you say grand rising, you're rising to the occasion, and blessings coming your way, right? So yeah, that's my rant.
I love it. Sorry, I was taking care of a troll in the chat. All of that was so beautiful, and I totally agree. I have been in like the hibernation mode, right? The taking care, the long salt bath, the rest. Needed a lot of rest this month. We've got summer solstice on Wednesday. So many energies coming in right at the bang of December, right at the bang with the full moon, the 12/12 portal leading up to the winter solstice, which is such a powerful time of the light, welcoming the light back. Shortest day of the year, but welcoming the light back. And today I was part of activation with Lily, was with Mary Magdalene. And I just got full body chills. So I want to talk about a divine feminine whose story has been demonized, who has been altered, who has been squashed. She is that divine feminine. This is a lot of it where it comes from, right? The divine feminine being pushed down, and story with Yako is the kind of the divine feminine and the divine masculine twin yin, activating the Kundalini energy. And today's activation that we did was so powerful for men and women, right? It was for everybody because we have that divine feminine and masculine within us, right? When we heal that, divine feminine, and we got divine masculine, are there to hold us and be there for us, right? Encouraging us. It's such a beautiful journey. And it made me think a lot about the thing that us women shared, right? It was always a sacred time in the red tent, right? Like women gathering together, sharing knowledge, helping each other, right? We're not meant to live alone. We're meant to live amongst community, helping each other with our kids, with the food, with clothes. And this is where Red Tent, such a sacred time each month that women gathered. Right? Men were not allowed. It was a sacred tent, a sacred area where they shared their knowledge, they shared their wisdom. Kids around, there was always kids on the breast that somebody was nursing at the time, where women just freely flowed, right? And it was just so perfect for the chat that we were going to have tonight in regard to the Save Women Festival that I'm so honored to be a part of with you, women. And Malika, like you said, the amount of women that we're getting put in applications and stuff, it's so hard to, like, if we only have like a month long to do this, everyone, it's so beautiful to see how many women are into their calling and into their power, finding their true light right now. And that's what it's about, right? Breaking down this competition that society is on, back to the sisterhood, where we lift each other up, right? Where we're there to share and to help each other. That's truly what it's all about. And there's, we're there to help in motherhood, birthing, in the whole journey up all the way up till where we start saying goodbye to our moon time, right? And enter a new phase of our life. And this is the creative side, the divine feminine, and it's really beautiful to see these women that have been applying. And Danielle, we got you turned. Here you go.
So let's talk a little bit about how this all started. Well, this all started. How it came for us to be together, the four of us. Danielle wanted to have a festival on her land because so last year we all joined this wonderful festival called Earth Daughters Festival. Now they are based in BC with Amanda. It's just birth. I think it's an Amanda Smith, if my memory is good. But I think that might be her maiden name.
I think it's her married name is Stevenson, I believe.
There you go, Stevenson, Amanda Stevenson, who's a beautiful birth keeper and advocate. And she brought a lot of really powerful women with a lot of amazing presentation. And that really inspired us. We knew the festival was moving to BC. So that really inspired. And Danielle just offered her land and of course her expertise. But ultimately, none of us have experiences building festivals or organizing something for such a grand public for so many women, right? So we're all kind of winging it, meeting weekly and living through this, and then creating like what I love, not only what we're offering to the world, but what we're creating together, like that friendship, that sisterhood, right? Because a lot of us women have to heal that sister wound. We release a lot of fear and hurt and pain and grief with the sister wound. So there's the sisterhood, there's a connection to the land, to our ancestors. There's a lot of also amazing women that will be giving birth workshops or closing of the bone. We have like Anastasia who's coming. We can announce this one because she's been publicly announced, but she's going to come to do a closing of the bone ceremony for anyone who has ever been with a growing being in womb. So no matter how long the time it was in, or so any woman that has had that. So there's going to be all this beautiful ceremonies, but there's just so much healing in those times. Don't you remember, Tanya, last year, the integration time? All right.
I had so much activations happening that like last year, and I felt like I was a lot more of an observer of the whole. Like I participated in a lot of things, but I really observed because it was so beautiful to see women of all ages and parts of their own journey, like different parts of the journey, just coming together and healing and letting go and crying, laughing, loving on each other and supporting each other, and just being open and raw and like I'm just getting full-blown goosebumps just remembering it. And I spent so much time just having to integrate it all. so powerful. That was a pivotal moment in my awakening journey. Even though I was into it, that clicked a big part of my healing, my divine feminine, like you spoke about, Malika. It was life-changing. True.
And I just wanted to mention a little something like Onyx, I just met you last year at a women's circle in Yorkton. But when I saw you at the festival, that's when I saw all of your colors and all of your freaking amazing skills. So you're going to bring some of those skills to our festival. So you want to talk a little bit about what's the colors and the flavors that you're going to bring to the festival? Because I'm pretty excited about this.
Thank you. Okay, so at Earth Daughters, I was asked to do opening ceremony and the blessing of the land. And so I have a medicine staff that was passed down to me, given to me by my partner, and it was his father's. And the medicine behind that is so beautiful and so powerful. And when I was getting ready to go to Earth Daughters, it asked to come, that energy, the ancestors asked to come and help bless the event, the women, the land, our spirits, and connect us back to our ancestors, our well and wise and well-healed ancestors. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. And I was just so honored to share that with everybody. And after opening ceremony, there was a deep sense of connection, and my heart just bursted wide open. And I was just like a wild woman after that. No F's given. You know, and yeah, I did some fire fleshing, and that was pretty awesome. And because when you're the fire, you can never get burned, right? And so I embraced that fire goddess in me, and I brought her back, and she's alive and well. And then I also did some microdosing, just, like a little seminars on microdosing, and we just held space for each other So this time I'm hosting drumming circles, and I hosted one last night. I have 4 new additions to my program. They're element blankets. So there's earth, water, air, and fire, and they're infused with crystals, and they are just magical, absolutely magical. And so during the drumming circle, the first 4 women that come into the drumming circle, the drumming tent, will get an extra boost of energy that resonate with their element. So it was magical to see that element at work in its purest form, and how it connected to the drum energy. It was just so powerful. And the transmission of energy was just, I can't even put it into words because it happened last night and I'm still integrating, you know. I have an energy hangover because it was just so good. But I will be offering Blessing of the Land opening ceremonies at 2:22. Whoop whoop, 2:22. Like, that's so magical. And we're also gonna have like a cacao ceremony too by Kimberly at Soul Souls, and her cacao ceremonies are just absolutely magical. They're so deep and beautiful, and just the way I her and I did ceremony together. Malika was there, and it was pretty powerful and very beautiful. And yeah, the women that have applied, can I get like a hell yeah? Like, holy, like, wow. I'm so honored. And these are women that are so powerful, you know, and that are stepping into their power, unapologetic, wild and free, you know, like a whole on, yes, let's do this. And I love it when you said like the transition into you know, womanhood for the younger women. And, you know, like for myself, I'm transitioning from mother to crone. And, you know, that to me is sacred. So I honored myself with a ceremony for myself and the free flow, you know, like for years I used tampons and pads, but this time I honored my transition, you know, and so powerful, so powerful. And I'm excited to share that experience once I'm done, because I'm still, you know, honoring that after 2.5 months of not having it, you know, and then boom. It's like, here you are. And I'm like, oh, I got the few gray hairs, but I was thinking of coloring them, and I'm like, no, this is me. This is honoring my wisdom. Why would I be ashamed of my wisdom? Why would I let society tell me, oh, well, because it's not good to look old? I embrace myself wholeheartedly. And if you don't like it, don't look, you know? Whatever people, you know, other people's opinion of me is none of my business. And therefore I am free. Okay, I'm done my rant.
Onyx, I just love you so much. Oh,
Go ahead, Danielle.
say, Onyx, I love you so much, and I'm like so flippin' glad that all 3 of you are on this freaking journey with me. I'm like so fucking excited that everything that happened led us to this fucking point right now. Right? Like, it feels so fucking divine that the 4 of us 4 directions. We're standing together, creating this fucking space. So my land came to me not easily, kind of unexpectedly, and it's been a journey to get here. But in June this past year, we moved on to our 80-acre plot just north of the Porcupine Provincial Forest. And did you guys know they literally call this area God's country? That's like literally on the fucking sign, God's country. And everyone in this area knows this plot that we're on specifically. And they're like, oh, it's like a little slice of heaven. And it really fucking is. I am just so excited to host women on it, to gather together under the fucking stars, away from the chaos and the city, out by the freaking forest, in with nature, on the land, with the beautiful Sask skies above our freaking heads, the whispering of the winds, the coyotes in the distance, you know, all of it. I am just like so freaking excited. I remember the first time we came and looked at this property, when I recognized that it would be ours. And I remember that feeling like so much healing is about to take place here. I remember on our drive back to our old house from here, just before we got into town, for a good 10 minutes before we got into town, a bald eagle flew alongside us in the car, just followed us all the way into town. And then when we got to our street from our old house, it went away. But like, it was so sacred and so divine. And I just knew, that Mother Nature, that Mama Gaia was asking and begging for us to start this fucking process here. I'm not native to Saskatchewan. I came from big city Ontario. Like Guelph, Ontario is where I grew up, but it never felt like home. I honestly fucking hated it there. It's by like some crazy coincidences that I ended up in Saskatchewan. And then to be joined by you 3 beautiful goddesses and creating this sacred space at this like divine fucking timing on this plane is just fucking mind-blowing. Like it still feels so fucking surreal sometimes, you know? So I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have you all, and for all of the women who are joining us. Like this is for that woman who feels that fucking call inside her bones, who knows that there's so much more and that she is capable of so fucking much more, right? No matter where you are on your fucking journey, this is when we gather and share that wisdom with each other, right? And it has to happen in the feminine first. It has to. That's just the way it goes. It happens in the feminine, in the ethers, in the spiritual, in the energy, before it manifests in the physical, in the masculine, right? So we, as divine women, need to stand together and fucking get this started. And I swear, there's like this land here, it's fucking calling for it. She's calling for it. She knows that it's going to transpire here, and it's going to ignite those flames amongst the grid and get this fucking ball rolling, because we are creating the new earth, guys.
Can you read the cards you pulled for us before we started like live? Because you
Yes,
just tied just ties right into that card.
Right? So I did a pull. I've been like super obsessed with my Lemurian deck lately. My Lemuria life keeps coming up in little glimpses and splashes here and there. Like I know I have many, but there's one that keeps surfacing a little bit at a time. And I haven't quite put all the pieces together, but it feels like fucking like there's some keys in this life to placing together why we're here and what we're doing. But Earth, was the card that we pulled. I want everybody just to take like a couple deep breaths because these cards are imbued with some really intense light codes, right? So take a couple deep breaths. And just look at the card and really just absorb everything in it. Look at all the sacred geometry, the mandalas, the symmetry, the earth, the womb, right? Creation, Mama Gaia, giving birth to everything on this plane. And I'll read what she had to say to us because it was beautiful. Looking after the planet, the ebb and flow of life, the loving embrace of Mother Nature, the natural beauty of death and decay, the macro and microcosm, time and nature, ancestors, growth through weathering storms, nurturing self and heart so you may flourish. No one can hold us the way nature can. Mama Nature is a powerful healer and transmuter of dense energies we may be holding on to. Just as she takes in our out breath and returns our bones to fertile soil, so too can she transform our woes if we can allow ourselves to surrender, to lie in her grassy arms or be embraced by her branches. Just as plastics and oils cannot be broken down in the earth for renewal, when our emotions become hardened and impenetrable, catalyzed into something more destructive, they cannot be transformed into the compost that we grow from. Experiences we may categorize as good or bad are part of life. Death and rebirth are part of the natural cycle that allows for the continuation of life. Creating something through suppression and control that will not break down will only bring us further out of harmony. Nature is all around us. Notice her and know that when you feel like no one else can hold you, she can. Spend as much time in nature as possible and do what you can do to preserve it. I feel like that's just like super freaking potent and like embodies a lot of what we want to do, right? We want to bring us back to nature, right? What better place to do it than out in the boonies by the forest, right? I'm just like so excited.
I love that card so much, and it just it speaks so much to the womb, right? Like when you get what we've been told or made to believe. I mean, I grew up Catholic and then I became born again Christian and all that, right? There's no woman, there's no mother in any of it, right? It's all taken out. The divine holy mother is taken out, and there can be no creation with the womb, right? Without that divine feminine and the divine masculine together. Megan Rose did an absolute beautiful video on that time about how the divine feminine has been taken out of everything, the mother, right? And the polarities, right, of the woman being the receiver, the male being the giver, the coming together of those is how creation is born. Another amazing book that I'm reading is the Sophia Code, which is the divine holy mother, right? And this is, it just all leads into everything we are creating right now, everything that we are trying to heal within one of us, right? And it's not to exclude anybody at all. This is where it all starts. It all starts with the divine feminine healing the wounds that we have, right? Being suppressed, being taken out of everything, of the great creator, dark womb being taken away. There is no creation without that dark womb. So I get chills every time I think about the magic weekend of our festival.
So I've been to many, many festivals. I've been to Burning Man 7 times. Like, I'm a festivaler. But as I became a mom and then a solo parent, I've, did festivals with my kid mostly, but I didn't resonate. There's just like, as I grow deeper in my spiritual journey, as I move from being a musician of the bars, of the festivals, through, and then I move through and then merge with my spirituality and my chanting, I've came to understand that I do not like connect on a deep level with the drug or the alcohol scene. It's not the music necessarily, even though it's in 440 and I connect more with frequencies now that are not broken down and imposed on us. But there was this disconnection and this disinterest. And then when things happen, like women's gathering, women's circle, women's ceremony, I feel like it helped me because like as a sole parent, I have to admit, I've been in my masculine for so many years, and dealing with the trauma, dealing with the childhood trauma, dealing with the relationship trauma. I've been like, I'm making a like funny example is like, if my battery doesn't start, I don't need a man to start my battery. I have everything figured out in my house. I have a battery charger and a battery booster. And I also have an extra battery for, you know what I mean? Right. So, but like this is also taking all the space, taking the like being too maybe much into my masculine, going into the complete opposite. Right. So as I grew deeper in my spirituality with the music and then really merged into the kirtan and the chanting, then I start balancing my feminine. And now I'm freaking organizing a women's festival. It's like, hello, but there's still that masculine into being organization, having some kind of control, because it can't be just free flow. There needs to be some kind of structure. But I just love that merging into, and now that kindling with my inner flame and that inner desire to connect to a deep level. I'm not even going to say deeper, just to a deep level, because at some point there was no more connection. I feel I just was I was the wanderer. I was just I feel like I didn't have those like really, but it's different. So I'm still the festivaler at Earth Daughter. I was still the festivaler, wandering around, walking around, doing my thing, because that's what I like to do. But there was like those healing sessions, those integration sessions, those freaking crying sessions, those like a really deep connection. And I think we can't do that when we mix everyone. It's a different energy. A festival with music is joyful. I've never been to a jamboree, but I'm sure it's pretty fun too. Like there's all those beautiful energies that are happening, but there's something really on it, like and now I want to use the word deeper. There's like a deeper connection when we come to with women, because there's just so much healing that needs to be done, and not only from our own life. We know from ancestors before us, from past lives before us, that we haven't even dug up yet, that we haven't even reconnected with. So all those steps are so important into like that wound healing, but that reconnection to self, to that divine inner power, like that divine Shakti energy that needs to flow and that needs to be like free flowing. We're talking about free flowing blood. Let's free flow energy, free flow anything, right? So I am beyond excited and honored to be doing this with you. But we also work so well together. So it's really fun. It's not like, there's just none of that. It's all like, just powerful.
we just totally like came together unexpectedly, in a synchronicity, you know. We've all crossed paths at one time or another, right? And who knew that we would do this together? But the universe, right? The universe put us four together so that we could create this powerful sacred container for our sacred chalice called the woman, the womb, the woman, our sacred chalice within our body. You know, I just, when I think about it, it really brings peace and joy and gratitude and honor to heal all those aspects of myself, because I've always walked it alone. And to know that there's a sacredness amongst sisters, amongst that you're not alone, that it's safe to authentically show up for yourself and be raw and authentic, and all your, you know, your pain, your successes, and that support with no judgment, no like no shadiness, no jealousy, no like, you know, that hey, authentically these women have your back wholeheartedly, and even when you're not there, that they're going to defend you and you wholeheartedly, right? And just that sacredness of sisterhood, healing that sister wound is so important, because we've been backstabbed so many times, because we've through generations have been under the foot of so many stigmas, right? And breaking out of those molds and saying, here I am. You keep your side of the street clean, I'll keep my side of the street clean. Right? And I love that. And I love what we're putting together. It's such and I'm honored to be part of it all. Like, it's such a hard fuck yeah for me, you know, like if I could if I could just like put it all together. And me, when I say fire, it's better than epic. It's like the most exciting, most, it's bigger than epic, it's bigger than the most exciting universal energy. It's like fucking fire. Like, we're putting this together, and like, yeah, when you're the fire, you cannot get burned. And we are creating such a sisterhoods of fire, like igniting back that fire within us. That's how I feel about it. And when all these women gather and we have that big sacred fire in the middle of our festival, that's gonna be fire. It's gonna be epic.
Onyx, I have taken that quote from last summer with me. Like, that quote literally ignited something in my soul when you said that. And it was just like, I think of it all the time. And it truly does sum it up, right? Once you become that fire, it can't be turned, right? And yet burning away all which no longer serve you, letting it back to Mother Gaia as fertilizer, right? Yeah, so I was actually part of a women's healing circle we do every month. A good friend of amazing women who has applied for the event. And what I got out most of this month, a lot of what Onyx was saying about how Malika, talking about how when you are a solo parent, you do step into your in quite a bit. You have to do it all everything on your own. And I went through some stuff this past while, and really into my burning mode. Just was gonna cancel and not go to it, and then I was the guardian circle, so I kind of had to go. And so healing to just be with women and to hear everybody's story and everybody is on their journey, and to just hold space for each other. And I was just reminded how important it is for women to gather together and lean on each other and to hold space for each other and to just be there, right? It truly is. We're part of a lineage, right? Like women are all connected. We hold universes within us. You know, whether you have actually birth or not, you still hold the ability to birth. Ooh, Danielle has that's what cards you got there, girl. Of that. So yeah, it's just, you know, every time I talk about it, it's so powerful, and it truly does light that fire, guys. Just like you said, like it's lit, right? Slip. Let's see what Elle has. You're still muted.
I'm just looking at the card. Pope Joan, the pontiff of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. So let's read a little bit about this. Pope Joan. Oh, I guess I should. It's been a while since I've used this deck, honestly, but then all of a sudden it's like, divine feminine. Do it. Joan 40, 40. So Pope Joan embodies the truth that all things are possible. According to the popular legend, there was a female pope who reigned for 3 years in the 9th century. She was a brilliant, highly educated woman who entered the Catholic Church in Rome by cross-dressing as a man so she could be with her lover. Intelligent and quick-witted, she rose through the ranks of the church hierarchy and was eventually elected as the pope. 3 years into her reign, she was in a procession from St. Peter's to the Lateran in a lane once known as Via Sacra, the Sacred Way. Her true sex was dramatically revealed in the middle of the Sacred Way when she gave birth surrounded by a shocked and astounded crowd. One legend says that she was killed immediately and buried on the spot where she had given birth. Another says she's lived to do penance for her deception, and her son, who became Bishop of the Ostia, had her entombed with honor in his cathedral when she died. Regardless, her name was removed from the list of popes, and all her subsequent cardinals had to sit on the sedes secoriaria, a throne with a conspicuous hole in the middle of the seat, to get a confirmation of sex before being named as the next pope. In the 13th century, Jean de Mailly wrote a chronicle that contains the first written mention of an unnamed female pope. This inspired a wildfire of interest that spread throughout Europe. To this day, the legend of Pope Joan is widely believed, especially among Christians. And when your soul selects her card, so my intent was for this festival and for all of the women who will be together at this time. We can so easily get caught beneath the glass ceiling of what we think is possible. But the truth is that everything is possible. It's hard for us to imagine just how much the divine wants our lives, much more than we could ever hope.
Pope Joan reminds us that even if we think that what we want is impossible, it is. Or even better, there is something our soul wants for us that will give us more than we can think to ask for. Pope Joan is a sign of trust in what you believe about yourself. Trust what's in you. Don't rely on what you see around you. Have faith. Know that the circumstances you are currently in are transformed from within. Begin to believe in a vision of your life. Cultivate the capacity to see it, to really imagine it with all your senses, and you will live into the day when it exists as the reality that now surrounds you. Pope Joan's right hand is held in the papal blessing, a Christian mudra of benediction. The two fingers that point downward represent Christ's dual nature as both fully human and fully divine. The human ego is limited and lives beneath the glass ceiling. Joan demonstrates to us, though, that the soul, the glass ceiling, doesn't even exist. Trust in what the soul knows is possible for you. This is what Joan's Rise Smile reminds us. And our soul voice meditation for this card is, what helps me remember that all things are still possible for me. And the intentions, the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. Some total shit. I've never read that card before. I didn't know about her. That is just beautiful. So it's limitless. I think that's a message to anyone who's like, I want to go, but I don't know how. Set that intent. And then allow the universe to do the work for you. I just gotta grab my tea.
While you're all nursing your babies, nursing. Well, it's a form of nursing, right? Even you're not giving the breast, but you're tending to them. I just thought I'd quickly mention what's happening with the festival right now, where we are at. So we're taking applications for presenters until Tuesday, the solstice. For those who are checking this recording and replay, there'll be vendors and volunteers are still open. The applications are still open, and you can all reach us on the Instagram, Sacred Woman Festival. You can find all the applications in the highlights, and also know that this festival will be camping festival. So if you're curious about if this is for you, there's other options, right? Right beside the festival, there's also Provincial Park. So there's some campgrounds there. There's probably motels and hotels not too far. These information will probably be shared soon, but we'll have early bird tickets coming up soon. So this is when you can start grabbing your ticket cheaper, and then cross it on your calendar so you know that weekend is for this festival, and you commit in advance, right? And that helps us be able to do deposit for rentals and things like that. And then we'll have a giveaway also. So that will be a pretty sweet packages, because we all do or make some pretty amazing things. So we'll put some of those beautiful things in there. And then Onyx talks a little bit about what she's going to be doing at the festival, but Tanya's going to be doing an embodiment dance workshop, and there's definitely going to be some essential oils and herbs and frequencies and things like that in a workshop too. Daniel's going to be doing crystals, of course, the Crystal Healing Mama here on YouTube. And what else are you going to do, Danielle? Probably some energy clearings.
I think I have intention setting for the beginning of the festival for all of us. So I'll probably do like a brief meditation, some intention setting, and really just, releasing all that which no longer serves us.
And I'd like to write a little prayer to chant with everyone. I'm sure it's going to come. I'm not even going to force it. It's going to happen like like it's just going to come through. But I'll be doing some kirtan as well, of course, some chanting. So we're all going to be like somehow serving during the festival and doing everything else. But we'll have a lineup of volunteer, amazing women. We already got some applications in, and don't worry, we will be contacting you soon. I just thought I'd mention this before we're over. We're like, what is that happening? What? So July 14th to 16th, Porcupine Plain, right next to the provincial park, or not too far. Green, was it called Green Park? Green Provincial Park?
Greenwater Provincial Park is about like 15 minutes away. So it's not too far. They have a beach there, even if we're here at the festival and someone wants to go to the beach. It's not too far. If you want to bring your family to camp out at the beach and then come as the woman, come to the festival, that's a great way to do it. There's also our closest like big town is going to be Tisdale, and they have a hotel there for people who don't, want to camp, which is absolutely okay. We're also going to be offering Goddess VIP tickets for those women who are like, yes, I'm fucking going, and I am a fucking goddess. So we will have some shared yurts for these amazing goddesses with some amazing bundles of goodies and just that extra VIP. So that'll probably go on sale around the same time as the early bird tickets, sometime in the new year. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm just like so excited. Just like, just like fire.
Love it. I just pinned our Instagram to the chat here. I'll make sure I put it in the description, as well as how to contact all of these amazing women. They all have beautiful offerings. We've got YouTube channels, Telegram channels, so we'll make sure we have everybody's contact info so we can all stay connected with each other and support each other. I want to shout out the masculine men tonight that are holding space for us, that are helping to build up. It really is so important to have masculine here with us, in support of us, holding space for us. It's not about the feminist pushing the man out at all. It is about truly coming to balance of divine feminine and the divine masculine, that beautiful dance that they do together when they truly come together. So much love to you guys, to everybody that was in the chat. I love that I have my sisters is just continuing every single day, seeing you all shine so bright, your true authentic self, such big encouragement to me. I have so much love and respect for you ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing wisdom and knowledge, and thank you for stepping into your and creating when we act, right?
I'm just so honored to be such opening ceremony and wisdom keeper of ceremony. So at the Sacred Women Festival, we're going to have opening ceremony where we're going to gather and set intention and share energy, blessing of the lands, asking our wise and well-heeled ancestors to come and assist us with this festival and support us in our healing journey. As well as I'm going to be doing a drumming sacred ceremony as well, connecting us back to Mother Earth in her womb, her energy womb space, and healing those aspects of ourselves. As well as the closing ceremony. We're gonna tie ribbons to our wood before we set it on fire. And that's going to be like a complete release, all releasing everything that no longer serves us, and all our prayers for ourselves, for the planet, for Earth, for the universe, for our ancestors, healing those ancestral traumas, and we release them because it's no longer ours to carry. So there's going to be a lot of ceremony. There's it's going to be a lot of connecting. It's just going to be so powerful and amazing. As well as I'm going to have a small a microdosing program as well, where we talk about, because I mean, let's face it, there's no money in healthy people, right? So, you know, antidepressants, pushing antidepressants and all that. So no, we're going to get back to the plant medicine, as our ancestors healed us. And so to get back to that and know that she provides everything for us, everything, the wisdom, the knowledge, the power, the medicine, just everything she provides for us in such a sacred way. And we just have to remember, and it's ours. She freely gives it with so much love. Right.
Beautiful. There's another thing that I wanted to mention about the festivals, that we're going to have some art. I'm really excited about this. That's the root of my whole world is art for me, like visual art, paint, mandalas. So we got Diane Porter is going to be there. We got maybe more people, but they're not announced yet. So we're not going to say, yeah, exactly. But we're going to have Diane Porter do mandala art. So that is going to be so meditative and so beautiful. So I'm excited about the eclectic kind of like workshops that we're going to have to soothe like the younger woman that is not a mother, the full-on mother, and also the crones. So we're trying to reach out to more crones and old elder women to possibly host workshops, because we would like to cater all the stages of womanhood. So maybe not all the stages, but you know what I mean. Maybe the of womanhood, yeah, because the before woman is not a woman, so it doesn't count as the stages in the womanhood. Here you go, I got there. It's late. But yeah, that's pretty exciting to have like such eclectic amount of different workshops, and time to just sit down, eat together, connect with food, and that's also very sacred. And we have our beautiful motto that Onyx found, Goddess Onyx, with life is a ceremony, which has become in our application, it's written, what does that mean to you? And those women are starting to we're going to have to like promote and share their beautiful words that they've said about what life is a ceremony to them. Because there's just so much wisdom and beauty in the way those women, like I'm reading the applications, I'm like, holy smoke, right?
Yes, it's so powerful. I was reading a few of them, Malika, and I know for me, life is a ceremony, but I know what that means for me. But when they put in their application and what it means to them, it's so powerful. It's like it resonates on a deeper level. It's like, yes. Yeah. Okay. They got it. They got that fire. That's so amazing. So beautiful. And I'm just so excited and honored that they are willing to share their wisdom and fire with us. Like they're like, I'm okay. I'm getting tongue tied and I got goosebumps. It's rattling my brain.
So beautifully said. Yeah. And it is late. So, I mean, I get it, right? But yeah, we'll start talking about this, right? It all just starts like bubbling up and the excitement happens. And sorry. I'd have to get in here. My little guy fell super early, so I was worried that he might wake up late now. Yeah, same with yeah, mom life. This is life, right? This is it. So thank you all to everybody who was in the live, who's gonna watch this on replay. So much love to all of you for tuning in, for sharing your stories, listening to us. We share ours. That might be my tune. That's it's time. Oh, thank you to you all so very much. I'm so honored to be a part of this. And this community is continually growing. So I thank you. And wishing you all a very blessed winter solstice as the sun turns. Gentle with yourself and those around you, and integrate these light codes that are coming in because they are powerful. So I know we're all feeling this. So lots of many blessings. We will see you very soon. Take care.